Yeah, hello, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Yeah, good to meet you. Actually, I'm covering an event, and this is an important interview to show the differences between the transportation system here in Europe and the one we have back in Africa, precisely in Nigeria. And I can see you're from Africa, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, of course, I'm from Nigeria.
Okay, so can you tell me more about yourself and your name and where you're from Nigeria?
Yeah, thank you. My names are Frank Joseph Uchenna Obuji, Omekamneawan. I'm from Olo, to be precise,
Okay.
Imo State, Biafra land. Yeah, which you only understand, let me just use that one, Nigeria, but I'm in Biafra.
Okay, that's a good one. So you're precisely from the east, from Nigeria.
Yes.
Okay, good, good, good. Well, I am. First of all, I must say you're properly dressed. You actually look like an Air Force personnel, and pardon me to take a video of your outfits and see how clean you look up to your shoe. Yeah. Okay. Um. Is this actually a private bus or a public bus?
No, this is a public bus for public transport.
For public transport?
Yeah.
Whoa,
Not a private. I can't own such.
whoa, whoa,
It's
whoa.
very expensive.
That's interesting. So how come it looks so, I don't know, it looks just too good to be a public transport, too clean?
Yeah, because here is all about maintenance and the white people value life. Let me use that word. They value life more than every other thing. So, and this bus is not meant to be conveying animals. It's meant to convey only human beings. So it got to look good and be neat, like you said. So it's for human beings.
Oh, whoa. Well, as we can see, it's really meant for special human beings. Is there any word like that, or for all human beings?
Yeah, it's for all human beings.
Okay.
For the fact that you can afford the tickets, yeah, you can board it also.
So are you trying to tell me this bus is actually meant for even the average people? Is it like for the rich or just for anybody at all?
It's for anybody. For the fact that you can afford to buy the tickets, depending on your destination, it's for everybody.
Okay, and the bus, does it have I can see it has factory fitted ACs
Yeah,
working,
of course, yeah.
and it has cameras also.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I think the viewers would want to see the cameras if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, of course.
Can you show me where they are?
Yeah, if you from here, I can show you where I can see the camera. Right.
Okay.
Here is the camera here. I can from here I can see everybody
In the bus.
In the bus.
Oh my goodness.
So I can also see the activities of my passengers in the bus.
Oh, so that means you can record events of the passengers even when they've gone down.
Yeah, I can record and I can also play like to know
What happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we have 2 radios also here.
Okay.
Here is for my like the driver's radio, and here is for the passengers radio.
Whoa. Okay, so the driver can choose to listen to what he wants to listen.
Yeah, or not.
Or not, and put for the passengers also.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
And here is the AC.
Okay.
And as you can see, here is the system where you pay, because we don't pay by cash, we pay by card.
Okay. Okay, you don't pay by cash.
No.
Because I can see POS machine here.
Yeah.
So does it work all around the clock, or sometimes the network goes down or something like that?
Yeah, we don't need a network for it to function.
Okay.
Like it's like a system inbuilt that once the machine is on, it can work 24 hours.
So are you trying to tell me that the bus is actually cashless bus?
Like this particular buses is cashless. We don't accept cash.
So if I come in with my money, you would not accept my money? Are you serious? Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, that sounds interesting. So are there any other functions that the bus has that you'd want to tell me, first of all, because...
Yeah, like the bus is also, as you can see here, there is a system here, which is mobile tech.
Okay.
ICU. This system here shows the destination of the bus. Like every bus has a destination.
Okay.
Like here you can select if you are going from here to another city.
Okay.
So the passengers will kind of see from the control panel, display in front of the bus. So you know, yeah, this is the bus that goes to my village or that goes to my city.
Okay.
They will now choose the buses that goes to their village or cities, you know.
Okay.
Like if you look around here, you will see this bus that is rating 223 over there.
Yeah.
It's going to Bensby.
Okay.
While my own is 221. It's going to B2.
Okay, the one blinking, the 223.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So these numbers, signifies the destination of every bus.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice. Okay, and I can see the chair you're sitting on is like an executive chair. This chair, I don't think this chair is. I've not seen this chair before for drivers, from where I'm coming from, and this one looks so extra comfortable, if I must say. So, can you tell us more about?
Yeah, the chair is very comfortable.
Okay.
As a driver, you don't. Because you're a driver, you don't need to go home and start experiencing a lot of pains, the waist pain, the leg, all those stuff. But with the help of the good chair or seat, it makes you feel comfortable even while driving, and you don't even feel it. Like you don't feel if there is any gallop or if there is any stones on the road. It works according to your weight. So it's very comfortable, and at the end of your service or at the end of the driving, you never feel any pain at all. The seat makes you, to relax, makes you to feel comfortable even while driving.
Okay, that's interesting. And I can see also there's a mic connected to the chair or something. I don't know.
Yeah. This mic here helps you also if you while driving you want to give an information or you want to explain something to the passengers.
Okay.
You don't need to stop, or you don't need to start looking at the mirror trying to address the passenger. You can just through this mic, you can communicate with them.
Okay, that's good. Now, to draw back, because I'm really worried. If I may ask you, who are the people, the brain behind this? Is it like a government or like a private body, or like who are the people in charge of this? Is it the government that brought the idea, or can you tell us more?
Well, the few things I know is that this bus is a Volvo company. Okay. And of course, Volvo is a Swedish company. It's been built here in Sweden. Okay. And they have 2 companies, the Volvo and the Scania. So I believe it's a kind of, it's the government that comes together and kind of bring the idea, trying to make this buses, comfortable for the drivers and for the passengers also. So, like you asked, the brain behind all this, I can say, is the Swedish government.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting.
And the Volvo company.
And the Volvo company. Okay, good. So now, when we drop back to Nigeria, your country where you're coming from, and the government, do they have such system in their transportation units?
No, not at all. Not at all. In Nigeria, like I used to tell people, the country, if I will use this word, right from time, the system has failed anyway, and the country generally has expired. Let me use it. It's not only in the transport industry in Nigeria, in every aspect and in every profession. And I don't think such idea, even though somebody has the idea, or somebody have kind of come up with such idea, I don't think Nigerian government has anything to do or to bring the person's idea or the person's dream to pass. Such things never exist in Nigeria. They don't.
Whoa.
No, I don't believe that.
Whoa. So that means the government couldn't provide such facilities for the citizens.
No, rather they can only provide, a modern transport for themselves or for their family.
Okay.
But not for the citizens.
Okay. So okay, to draw you back again, I can see you're the only one here. Don't you have like an assistant, a conductor or something like they have back in Nigeria and Africa?
No, we don't have such here. As the driver, or as a driver of a particular bus here in Sweden.
Okay. Now what do you have to say? Because now you said something about the Nigerians don't have anything to offer. Are you saying it's from the Minister of Transport, or what do you think? Is the Minister of Transport doing his job properly, or the past ministers of transport, have they been doing their job properly? Or because in Nigeria I can see where people are in buses hanging on they call it danfo, they do all sorts of crazy stuff. The transportation system, do you think is good enough? Or
the Minister of Transport in Nigeria has never been doing well. Even the past, the present, and believe me, even the future want to come. They have never, in the history of transport, done anything good, and I don't think it will happen, even in the future. They have nothing to offer. It is just like trying to make something out of nothing, but it's not working. The Minister of Transport, nothing is working there. Nothing.
Wow. That's a sad one. And now I the way you're dressed, I don't know if it's just you're just dressed that way. Is this how all your fellow drivers dress?
Yeah, of course. For you to be a driver and for people to believe in you, you have to dress corporate. You have to dress properly. You don't expect a passenger to just enter a bus where somebody is throwing jeans or trying to be rugged somehow. Somehow it makes them scared. You need to dress properly. Every company has a dress code.
Hey, well, that's interesting. So, like, because the way you're dressed here, it reminds me of the pilots. They have their pilot school and everything. Do you guys have such here, or probably they just pick you once you know how to drive? You can just go apply and they take you as a driver, or can you tell us more about it?
It doesn't work that way here. Though it can work that way or such way in Nigeria. Here, there are so many processes you go even before you roll into the driving school. Like the first step, I believe, is the eye test. You got to undergo eye test where they can now examine you to confirm that you can see properly. Then after the eye test, you go what we call system checking. Like the doctor have to check your system, your body, everything to find out that you have no illness or no sickness, and even in the process of driving that you cannot, there's nothing like shock in you even while driving. So you have to pass through that test again before you go through what we call risk 1. Then after the risk 1, you now go the second risk, which is called risk 2. Then after the risk 2, you you now go what we call the general exams also. Then before then, you now enroll into the driving school. In the process, you know, it's like a university where there are a lot of lessons and, you know, and a lot of driving tests also during the process. Before, like maybe after several months, depending how smart you are, you now go for the, you know, the theory exam.
Whoa.
Then after the theory exam, you know, you now go to the last one, which is the driving exams. But all these processes, you know, it took some like a year plus. It took other 2, it took some 6 months, depending. But me, from my private car down to this bus, generally it took me like a year and 6 months.
Oh.
Yeah, before I now got the license and
a whole year and 6 months. Yeah. So please, in a short bit, what do you have to tell the Nigerian road safety about this?
Yeah, what I have to tell the Nigerian road safety, they know the truth anyway, but they should stop issuing license to anybody that pay them for license. They need to establish a standard driving school, and they need to have a standard driving lecturers, and they need to also to have, you know, a kind of a driving test, like the eye test, the body system test, the wrist test, and they must also have what we call a textbook, you know, for drivers, so that in those textbooks you can now read and understand the things you are supposed to do and the things you are not supposed to do. And again, I would also like the road safety to look into about drinking and driving. It is very, very unacceptable. You can't just drink and just come and pick up your car key or whatever key, put it inside the ignition and start the engine and start driving.
So if you do that, what would happen if you, because back home I know people drink a lot and they drive.
You don't do it here, because before you get the key, we have a box where you can now go and pick the key. There is a system there. You blow to test your alcoholic level. If you have alcohol in your blood or your system, the box will not open for you to take the key.
Whoa.
But I think in Nigeria, they are still far for it. But let us, you know, kind of introduce this method of you don't drive when you are drunk. Stop drinking and driving.
Whoa.
It's very, very bad.
Well, that's a good one. To just drift you a bit, I heard it's also difficult to have a normal license here in Sweden. So why do they make it so hard? Is it because at the end of the day, when you get it, you can value it and drive safely or something?
Yeah, of course. It's all about, it has, though it might be hard for the foreigners, but the Swedish never see it as something that is so expensive. But at least I believe if you get something, you know, when the thing is expensive, you value it more than getting it cheap and you disvalue it.
Okay.
You can lose it at any time.
Okay. And one more again. How do you think we can reduce the rate of accidents in Nigeria? Because it happens every now and then, but here in Europe, I hardly see something like nobody gets accidents. Why? Everybody drives normal, like machines. They are programmed, you know. So what do you think can be done?
One is that the Ministry of Transport had to work with the Road Safety, Federal Road Safety Commission, work with them and try to examine anybody driving if the person is capable, and try to check their licenses also. Before you issue somebody a driver's license, the person have to pass some certain tests, and they stop drinking. Why they know that they will drive after some hours. Here, when you drink, you don't drive for 24 hours.
Whoa.
So, yeah, I believe some people call it witch or witchcraft or whatsoever, and I think such thing never exists. A lot of accidents happen in Nigeria because of lack of carelessness. Anyway.
Some drivers, they wake up first in the morning and they use alcohol to start their day.
So they have to look into it.
Okay.
Alcohol, the driver's license, and the road maintenance also.
Okay.
And the mechanical sector also, or section, yeah, they have to also check what they put in the car and what they take out from the car.
Okay. Well, that's good. You've actually spoken so well. And in terms of maintenance, what do you think the Nigerian government could do in maintaining of buses? And because I think they have lack of maintenance also. Because I can see some buses that have been over 30 years, they are still running on the road. I don't know.
They have to take those buses out from the road. And again, I will advise them, try and make sure you employ and mechanical engineering that is a graduate that have learned that that have studied, learned that field. Don't just employ because it is your brother or because it is your family member.
Okay.
Employ the person because the person has a profession.
Okay.
Employ the person because the person know what he's doing. The person has what it takes to be in that field.
Okay, you must be qualified to be
qualified.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so lastly, what do you think? What advice do you have for the Nigerian government concerning the transportation system in general? Just the last question.
Transportation system in general.
Yeah, to make it, if there is any hope for it to come up, or if there's no hope.
I don't think there is any hope for Nigeria, but the advice I have would be for the Biafran people. But we'll come to that, and I believe the transportation system in Biafra land will be more greater than the one we are seeing here in Sweden where I'm working soonest, and I believe it will come to pass.
Okay, so you think with Biafran we can achieve more?
Of course.
Okay, so what do you have to say to your Biafran brothers? What do you have to wish them?
My Biafran brothers all over the world, wherever you are, I think I just have only one word for you. I wish you people what you wish yourselves. And wherever you are, keep on struggling. Never take any chances for granted. Make use of any opportunity you have. And we are getting there soon.
Okay, so
thank you.
Okay, so you wrap up with your name again.
My name is Frank Joseph Uchen Obuji Omekanaya. Okay,
Mr. Omekanaya, it was really a nice pleasure speaking with you.
NigerFlavor.com. Jehovah Jireh, my provider, Chimamanda. Jehovah Nissi, my healer, Chimamanda. Ocean divider, my redeemer, Chimamanda. Everybody came, my comforter, Chimamanda. Onye nwelu chukwu nwelu nchekwube Chigamanda. Itu kwasị obi na Chineke Chigamanda.